Hello, welcome to another tonalist landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the painting I'm bringing you today is called Riverside. It's an 8x10, and I completed this, well, I think it's complete, about a couple weeks back, and I'm actually pretty fond of it. And for some reason, I had a real problem with 8x10 um, as a horizontal format for. I mean, I did a zillion horizontal 8x10s, and many of them just weren't right and failed. And I think I ended up just slapping sort of an idea on the 8x10 horizontal that it was to blame. But I think it was more that as a lesser experienced painter, I just wasn't spotting certain compositional issues. Like one thing that I used to think that was very, very wrong was that you could take any scene and put it in any particular proportional format. Pardon me, I got to clear my throat here. Sorry about that. And you could just add more sky. And boy, that was really wrong. I was able to save a few of those paintings by just cutting them down. But that's really pretty critical. Whatever proportion you're working with, you need to always have a sense of the correct amount of division between sky and land. So, and this painting has it. I'm actually really happy with this. And the thing is, with this, the reference image, it was, based on a river scene I took. It's not actually the world's most inspiring photograph, but I'm quite happy with the painting. The painting succeeds pretty well. Yeah, now, one thing I wanted to bring up in this video is you can see the output's been down a little bit, and that's because, it's because of all the stuff going on in the world. And, this is my second take with this audio, so I'm going to keep the focus on art solidly. But what I will say is that the world's going mad, and this is going to have an effect on art. Art, good art, especially the type of art that I'm into. I'm into creating pictures that are restful and peaceful and really inspire the greatest feelings that humans can feel. Feelings of harmony and feelings of repose and feelings of contemplation and appreciation for the beauty of nature and life and art. That's what I'm all about. And I'm still able to do it, but I won't lie. There's a lot of stuff going down in the world right now that is just not making it that easy. Not so much to create art, but certainly for me to sit down and give you pointers right now is requiring a bit of effort. That said, maybe you find some you're finding some peace and you're finding some solace in creating art. So let's get into a few things about this painting. Now, it's a pigment. It's an earth pigment painting, and the palette here, I'm sorry if I mess up a little, but pretty sure it's yellow ochre, a titanium white, burnt umber, and black. I don't believe there's any other colors. Probably it's quite possible that raw umber plays a part as well. And now I did another 8x10 and the same exact format, 8x10 on a masonite panel yesterday. That was less yellow. I'm quite happy with it, actually. I'm even happier with this one. This one has a pretty interesting sky in it, and I think that is pretty important because while the composition is solid, it's not exactly it's the sort of composition that's going to make you jump up and down and go, wow. It's solid though. And I've been sitting on this reference image for quite a while. I don't think it was until I decided that I wanted to do a sepia take on it that things fell together. And keep that in mind with your own collection of reference images. Sometimes I'll have something that I've been sitting on, even that I've done some preparation on. And it just sits there in the prepped reference folder, and every now and again I might say, well, maybe I'll try a different crop, or I'll load it up in Photoshop and apply, or try to work out a completely different color scheme for it. Or maybe I'll force it into black and white and do it as black and white. Or maybe I'll just take the interesting focal point in the painting and create a vertical if it was a horizontal. Or it's a little more difficult to do the opposite, because usually verticals are cropped in such a way that, you know, it's kind of difficult to make horizontals out of them. But most of your horizontal images could probably be done as a vertical too, if you thought about it, like in this one here, or definitely a square. And I've been thinking about squares. I used to do a lot of squares. I kind of am off on them right now, which is too bad because I have quite a lot of frames sitting around. Um, but you know, and so what was my other the other thing I set up on this was like, well, I want to do an 8x10, and I feel like doing some more sepia stuff. And not just because I've had some success with sales, I just really enjoy doing sepia type paintings. And um but I thought to myself, well, yeah, this is 8x10, it's double up from a 5x7, but I would like to do this very close to the amount of time that I did a 5x7. And funny enough, you know, it took me about maybe 20 minutes more, you know, but it didn't take 2 hours. The 5x7, you can usually do 5x7, depending on how complex it is. I always got to add that. I mean, if you got a ton of different little things, and you know, you're probably a painter, so you know what I'm talking about. I won't belabor that, but given that, you know, one scene's fairly a normal, regular type scene, you know, I wanted to be able to paint the 8x10 in the same amount of time as the 5x7. I wanted to stay loose. I didn't want to overwork things, and I wanted to just move quickly through the painting. That was what I set up before I did the painting. And I'll be honest with you, that, you know, that idea I just outlined is probably something, if you're a painter, you really have to think about, you know, because while you're in the throes of the painting, there's so many things you go, oh, I really would like to delineate that, or I really would like to work that out. And in the process of doing so, you just expend a lot of time, and the painting starts tightening up, or maybe just one part of it got tight. You had a nice loose flowing painting that was expressive, had good colors, and then you started getting in there and getting all fiddly, and next thing you know, it's a bad painting, you know. So there's so many ways to fail with painting. I'm not going to enumerate them all here, but certainly one of the number one ways to fail is by overworking things. Uh, and it's very easy. It seems it's very easy to make the bad decision while you're in the moment with the painting, you know, because you're seeing things in the reference, or if you're painting in plein air, you're seeing things in the in nature, and you want to render them and you want to get them down. But you know, go for all the big things, and maybe some of the middle-sized things, and leave every little thing alone. And also, I mean, you've heard from me plenty in this regard. Um, you don't even need to paint most of the things in the reference. I change things all the time, and you really should, because it's all about the painting is the painting, and the reference is the reference. Most people won't see your reference. Oh, you know what? I did get into some greens, some subtle greens on this, and so yeah, that's why I wouldn't label this. I didn't label this as a sepia, but it really is, you know, sepia kind of riffing off sepia tones, and then I got into a little bit of green, and I think a lot of the greens are actually probably yellow ochre based. I may have brought in a little bit of cadmium yellow, so or Mike's green, which is, you know, sitting on the palette as well. Mike's green being a combination of Hansa yellow, which is an acrylite yellow, synthetic yellow, and ivory black or lamp black, same difference. Yeah. Anyway, well, it's a 10-minute video. That's cool. We're all busy, you know, and keep your chin up, you know, and don't do anything you don't want to do, and don't do anything you know is not the right thing to do. That's what I gotta say. And stick to your guns no matter what. that is going to be my message for this video. And, you know, I love you all, and I really appreciate you coming here and watching my videos. And I love all your comments, and I love the people so much that have donated and helped support my painting practice. And I'll keep the videos coming. You know, it's not always that easy, but I can manage it. Until I come back with another video, do me a favor, do me a solid. Take good care of yourself and your family, and definitely stay out of trouble.